Hey guys, this won't take long today, I promise. I'm going to walk through how to find those value defenders that block a lot of shots and are cheap, and I'll show you how this works really quickly using the research station. You're going to go to your skaters tab. Then what we're going to do is we're going to sort out, instead of by 5 games, we'll probably go 10 games this time, and we'll sort by SOGBS. If you don't know, SOGBS is shots on goal plus blocked shots, which means simply, a shot and a block are the same. They're both 1.6 points on FanDuel, half a point or whatever on DraftKings, and so they're weighted the same. So a guy who shoots a lot and a guy who blocks a lot of shots are going to bring the same value. Granted, the guy who shoots a lot has more chances of the puck going in the net, or some kind of rebound going in the net, creating an assist for him. So he's generally the one you're going to lean on in favor. And this turned out a little bit odd when I first found it, but I wanted to at least show you the theory behind it. If we look at the blocks and the shots on goal plus blocked shots, see 34 is more than half of 57. More than half of this SOGBS metric from John Carlson is blocks, which is interesting to me because the quarterbacks are power play, and I would have thought it would have been shots. Same with Sanheim, and you'll notice the price discrepancy between these two is ridiculous, or it should be. Shea Weber, however, a little bit less than half of his production comes from blocks, meaning he shoots a lot, and that makes sense. He's the quarterback of their power play. Jared Spurgeon surprises me a little bit that half of his stuff. I would think that look at damn it, I don't have it sorted out by defenders only. Forgot to do that part. Because Vladimir Tarasenko, you saw 48 shots on goal and block shots. He's only got 8 blocks. That's pretty standard for a winger. But let's go back and look at here. Shea Weber. Now look, Jared Spurgeon again. And now look at Chris Letang. Only 14 blocks of his 48 shots on goal block. How many shots is this dude firing at the net? Is it any wonder why he's scoring like he's scoring right now? Andy Green is more blocks than shots. That's why he's cheap. You can go Gudas, Pietrangelo, whatever. Provorov. How much is he shooting to generate this much of a discrepancy between the two? Parayko, same thing in St. Louis. More shots than blocks, right? Ristolainen, more shots. These are your offensive-minded defenders, generally, because they're still pumping the puck on net. They're going to get assists. They're going to get goals. If they don't, it's a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of regression. But let's look at some of these guys. I'm a little surprised by Carlson. I'm not surprised by Shea Weber or Letang or Shea Weber, but let's look at the pricing. Carlson's up there. Look how cheap Sanheim is. Why do you think I love him so much as a value play when Detroit or when Philly plays? Because he's got a high block floor and he's cheap. So he's going to get me fantasy points. Now he's getting lucky right now in that, 1 goal, 5 assists, whatever, because he's up on the power play unit as well. And that's, I don't know why, but Gostisbehere and Provorov or whatever are not in there, or at least are not being as effective right now. But I'm looking at this 15.5 average at 4,200, and it's a steal, considering how high his shot on goal and blocked shot floor is. Pardon the chatter in the background. Busy household. What are you going to do? But Shea Weber, Spurgeon, these guys are all generally your $5,000 and $6,000 defenders with the outliers that pop in there. Look at Andy Green, how cheap he is. You saw his shot on goal blocked shot floor is just as high as these other guys. So really and truly, I would bank on, if I'm wanting to take value, I would be very low on some of these guys with high floors. And I would why would I pay $3,000 for maybe an assist, maybe a goal? Okay, now I would do it if he was a high percentage of the team's scoring or was on a tear lately or something like that. But generally speaking, over the course of, say, 2 or 3 weeks, I would say 75% of the time I'm looking for these guys, the 4,200, 3,700 type guys with really high floors, because I'm going to want to save that money and go up high for the big upside stuff. John Carlson doesn't have a hat trick in him. Shea Weber doesn't have a hat trick in him. Maybe they've had one in their career before, but they're not going to score hat tricks like an Ovechkin or a Sidney Crosby or a Patrick Kane or a Vladimir Tarasenko right now or whatever. Those guys have more 2-goal upside than these defenders do. So why pay for that? Why would I pay close to wing and center prices for a defender when I can find the same thing for $2,000 or $2,500 cheaper? Okay, there's your quick tip for the day. A little quick way to find it. Sort by shots on goal and block shots. Use 10 game or 5 game sample, whatever you want, and start looking for the real cheap guys with the same floor that the big guys have. Maybe forgive a little bit of that assist or that goal unless you're really trying to complete a stack, like a power play 1 stack or something like that, and take that savings and pay up elsewhere and complete your stacks with it and watch your scores go up. See you guys.